Hey, what's up guys? Tex here. I got a webcam. Well, it's on my laptop. Just thought I would turn it on for you guys. But wanted to very quickly walk you through the trade that I took on Amazon today. This is not my biggest P&L day, but it's my biggest per share gain by far. Ended up capturing 100 points per share. Not on my entire position, but on half of my position. So let me just kind of walk you through my trade plan, my thinking process. Yesterday, the market sold off pretty heavily in the afternoon, and I've been waiting for Amazon to come down and tag its 200 moving average for a long time. Looking back basically a year, you can see that it hasn't been really anywhere near its 200 moving average, this red line here. Okay, so I saw this when I got home from work. It had actually come down and just gotten below the 200 moving average. It only got stopped by some support levels here. So let me go to the 2-minute charts. So when I got home, that would have been... I got home right in this area here, and I pulled up the charts and I noticed that, Amazon bounced off the 200 moving average in the support level here, and it was actually holding this support level from this day right here. This was on October 11th, this most recent big sell-off we had before we kind of gapped up a little bit here. So I noticed that, Amazon was holding this level, and I just kind of was speculating that we might get a bounce day today. Right now it kind of feels like we're heading into bear territory because, the bounces that we've had have just been weak as heck, man. If we actually go to very quickly the SPY for reference, when we had this big sell-off here in February, look how big of a bounce day we had here. Then another big sell day, and then we, kind of grinded up here, but we had this, this monster bounce day right here. Look at the volume on this day, right? Then we go and look at this most recent sell-off, and look, I mean, where's the bounces, right? Here's a bounce day right here. Look at this volume. Very much less volume compared to, the selling days here. So the bounces are just very weak. It couldn't even get over its 9 EMA right here. We still haven't been able to break and close over that 9 EMA since the sell-off. Okay, so this is just, it's still feeling very weak. So hopping back over to Amazon, let's go to the 2-minute chart. So again, I came home and I saw that it was holding this this support level here, and I thought, I'm going to pick up 10 shares just in case the market does decide to gap up and have a bounce day. I really didn't expect that we would have like a monster bounce day in the market, but more so with Amazon because it did tag that 200 moving average. So I knew that people would want to buy it there. And also it had earnings the following day, today. So I knew there was a good chance that there might be some people buying it into earnings off of that 200 moving average. So it was definitely a spec play, which is why I only took 10 shares, with my obvious risk being a breakdown below that 200 moving average. So we did end up gapping up in the morning. I actually got in on this candle right here, almost right at the end of aftermarket trading, with a 1683 average price right about there. So moving over to today, we did in fact gap up, like I said, but during the pre-market trading, I did not feel very good about it because it seemed like it was trending down. It seemed like Amazon just did not want to hold this gap up, and it actually dropped to a low here, almost closing that gap. And so I basically said, my stop is at break even. I'm not going to let it go red on me since I'm, it's gapping up. But I was up, a little over $200 initially, at a high here, I think it was, from just the gap up alone, which that was nice to wake up to, of course. But I wanted to hold it for a potential big move. And so I just set an alert at near break even. So if it did sell off, it would stop me out. No big deal. Very fortunately, it did not stop me out. So scrolling over, Amazon finally, it did, dipped a little bit here. But it finally got its stuff together and started to go on a tear. Zoom in a little bit here. So we got quite extended right here and then started a pullback. So I was watching this pullback and then I started to feel a little uneasy about it when we broke down below the 13 EMA. Then these two candles here, these kind of bearish candles with the upper wicks, not able to get back over that 13 EMA. So right in this area, I started to, I started thinking, oh man, in this market right now, this, Amazon might just come all the way back down and sell off for the rest of the day going into earnings. And this may be all the bounce we're going to get out of it. I was up about, I think, a little over $400 in this area here. So I decided, I'm going to take half of my position off right here. That would lock in a little over $200 and change on those 5 shares. So that way, at least I ensure a green trade, and I'll let the rest ride, the remaining 5 shares ride for the rest of the day for a potential home run trade. And this is why you do that, right? Now, I have to admit, I botched the selling of this. I should have at least given it down to the VWAP. And if VWAP broke, then go ahead and take it off. But man, when you're looking at a couple $100 in profits, it's hard not to take it. And I think that's one of my weaknesses really, is I tend to take profits too early. However, in this current market, you really do have to take profits early. We're not getting as much follow through, and kind of feels like we're heading into bear territory. So for me, taking profits too early is actually paying off. But when we're in a really strong market, obviously you want to let things ride and get the most from it. Nevertheless, I took half off there, locked in a little over $200 on that, and just set my stop at break even. So we'll zoom out and kind of scroll over, take a look at what exactly happened here. Obviously, try not to get aftermarket in the picture there, because that's a whole nother story. Okay, so there we go. So yeah, like I said, I sold about half right in here and then just rode this all out. We started hitting a resistance level right here. We double topped it. And I was watching this thinking, man, this could be the top right here. And then we started to pull back, but I told myself, no, I've already paid myself. I've got my stop set. I'm holding. And it's a good thing I did, because the market did finally come into alignment for us. And the market ended up ripping after lunchtime. And we got this monster move up here out of Amazon. So zooming in a bit here, you can see that we came up to this 23.6 fib I have drawn from the daily chart. Didn't quite get there right here. Very extended at this point. At this point right here, I'm actually over $100 per share. And I was very, very tempted to just take it off right here. But greed just didn't let me, not yet. We started to pull here. I was like, oh man, this is where we're going to pull back. But nope, we popped right back up. And then here on this candle, we actually almost tagged the fib. Then we finally did start to pull back here. And as we started to break down below the 13 EMA right here, that's where I took it off. You can see that's right around 1784, 1783. And that's exactly 100 points from my original price, my original entry yesterday after market. So 100 points on 5 shares. Incredible, guys. And obviously, if I had toyed with the idea of holding it longer term, holding it through earnings. And, well, this is why you don't do that. In one candle from highs, I guess, from highs, with this one candle, that's a 100-point drop. In one candle, I would have given back that entire day of gains. So obviously, yeah, I would have been pretty upset. I've been waiting for, like I said, I've been waiting for Amazon to get down to its 200 moving average for a long time to add it to my portfolio, which I trade my IRA here in TD Ameritrade. I trade one of my IRAs here in TD Ameritrade. So, I've been waiting for it to get down to that 200 moving average so I could add it and just hold it longer term. I've bought Amazon a couple times in my IRA here, and every time I end up making money on it, I've had pretty good luck with it. I end up selling it. And this time I thought, I'm not going to sell it because I got it at the 200, well, basically at the 200. I got a really good price on it. I'm not selling this. I'm holding it long term. But I mean, 100 points is 100 points. So I made the right call, obviously, in hindsight because of the sell-off, but it's my first real true home run trade, so I'm very, very happy about that. You can see if I pull up my P&L here, $715.65 is the actual take-home profit. Not bad for 10 shares, and actually most of that was on 5 shares because, like I said, where I sold the first 5 shares was 200 and I guess right around $215 it'd be something like that. So yeah, I mean, and like I said, it's not my biggest P&L. It's close. It's on a trade. I've actually made a little bit more than that, if I'm not mistaken, I think on TLRY. But it's my biggest per share gain. So that is incredibly awesome. So that's going to wrap it up, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, post below. I'll be sure to answer those for you. Always appreciate you watching. So I hope you're doing really well. Take care and see you very soon. Thanks.